Carrie Anne. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. So you play badass women in a bunch of different ways, and I think it's very fun to see how you approach all of them differently. And so for Die Alone, how did you kind of make sure that she comes across as this strong woman while being completely unique from all of these other women that you've kind of iconically played in the past?
Um, well, I think that the writer and director, Lowell Dean, really wrote her very fully formed. I really didn't have to do much but just step into the world. The first time that I read it, I just knew who she was. I can't quite explain it. I mean, I always try not to ever like hit things on the head. Like I never want to play something the way it looks like it should be played. I always try to find my own way in, but I'm not always sure like how or why or what, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But when I read it, I knew right away I knew how to play her. And I wouldn't be able to intellectually explain that to you, but I just knew that I had to play her. I really wanted to play her. Um so the writing has a huge part, that's huge.
Yeah, and I do like that you continue to just like tick off like all of the nerdy and sci-fi-ish qualities of the world because now you have this apocalypse with like zombies on your in your filmography, which I just think is very fun. They're not like real zombies, but like you know what I mean, like the
Mhm.
reanimated people coming to life and attacking people. But for you, when you are in something that is like that, that does have that the added like bonus of you looking at a person in makeup coming at you and you have to kind of address or you have to like make that as believable as possible. What is the fun of that aspect of a movie like this where you get to kind of see the makeup of another actor and like get to interact in that way?
Yeah, I mean, I had a few of those moments, right? I
Yeah.
have like the moment um with Myrtle, right, which I think is
Mhm.
very informing of May, my character who has this reclaimed living like just right there. And she's so not afraid and she's just like, "Hey, just leave her alone." Like she keeps me company like, you know.
Mhm.
And then obviously later on I take out a couple of them. Um it's intense. Like I kind of throw it away with Myrtle because I meant to throw it away, but like the other scene where I'm like shooting at it, and it's it's real. It looks really real. I mean, none of this was like CGI'd.
Mhm.
These guys made these characters, designed them and created them, and they look real. Like sometimes I couldn't look; it was too much.
Yeah.
Like the guts are like, sausage or whatever. Like, I mean, it's like it's kind of gross. Like it's not my thing. I'll just say that. It's not my thing.
Well, and I love the lore because I said zombie and then corrected myself because every single quote unquote zombie movie has a different name for the zombies because it's like they're the walkers in The Walking Dead or they're the clickers in The Last of Us and they're the reclaimed in this. And I love that lore for when you like are reading the script and you're seeing like what the quote unquote lore is going to be for this movie. How do you look at it as just like what the words written on the page and how you're going to approach this character, or are you like invested in the world of this story and like this lore?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was kind of interesting. I had just recently read somewhere, I can't remember where, about some kind of illness that somebody had or that people had that they originally thought was a psychological thing, which was feeling like plant material was growing out of their body. And I
Mhm.
forget the name, but it was like actually a real thing. And they weren't saying plant material, but they were saying that's how the people described it. And they were saying, fibers or something or something. I can't remember it, but I
Yeah.
remember having had read that I was able to place some reality into just, I didn't go in and investigate that. Um, but it made me able to go, okay, I can make that real for myself, that could be.
Mhm.
um, I'm not really into like zombie movies, so I don't really, or apocalyptic movies, like I don't really know what they call, like I thought Reclaimed was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That idea was kind of interesting. Um And yeah, but I also felt like my character was just surviving in it and wasn't really, at least what I shot, like I didn't have to um fully go there, right? Because she's doing everything to avoid that,
Yeah.
actually, right? Except for Myrtle, who she's on, Myrtle and her have a deal, like,
Myrtle's her
which I
girl.
thought was great.
Yeah. I love it so much. Thank you so much for talking with me today. Before I leave, I just want to say thank you. I watched every single Matrix movie in theaters as a kid, and then when I saw you in Star Wars doing like this move, I was never happier. I was so happy.
Oh, thank
So
you,
thank you so
Rachel. That's so kind of you to reflect that to me. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
of course. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.